Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So today's video is going to be the long awaited for Q&A. I actually posted this video the other day and quickly started getting comments that the audio was messed up and the entire video was messed up on my phone. I don't know why it happened. I think it had something to do with the update that I did on my phone, and audio was recorded on top of other audio. It was just a nightmare and I had to delete those videos and start over. So here I am refilming it. I was gonna go live, but then I decided that it would be kind of hard to read off questions, answer those, and try to keep up with the comments rolling in. So I decided to, just do it this way and then do a live later. So we're gonna start off with the very first thing. Let's start off with this. My name is Karrie. I am 27. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. I only went back to work for about 6 months out of the 5 years. And I have my daughter who is 5. Her name is Amaya. My son is 2. His name is Caden. I am married. I have been with my husband for 10 years in this July coming up. And we have been married for 2. We just recently moved back to Florida, and we bought our first home, and we are just so happy to be here. And if you are new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you decide to watch this video and get to know me a little bit better, and I would love to get to know you as well. So if you're new, please introduce yourself down below in the comments so I can say hello. Okay, so first question that stood out to me was, what is your spirit animal? So I want to know what y'all's is as well. So if you will look it up, leave it in the comments below. I'm curious to know what your spirit animal is, because I am the tiger. And it says, in the kingdom of spirit animals, the tiger puts a special emphasis on raw feelings and emotions. The tiger spirit animal symbolizes primal instincts, unpredictability, and the ability to trust yourself. You may enjoy dealing with life matters spontaneously, trusting your intuition, and acting fast when needed. And that to me is me to a T. Like, I really do feel like this is accurate. So I'm curious if anyone else is the tiger. Let me know in the comments. So next, moving on, is, are you happier in life now in Florida than in Georgia, and do you feel like life has gotten better? Yes, I do. So moving down here was obviously what I've wanted for many, many years. We lived in Georgia for 8 years, and I've wanted to move all of those 8 years. But it wasn't something that we could do. We couldn't afford it. We knew Florida was extremely expensive where we live now, and it just wasn't something we could do. So when I started my channel, I was working really hard at it. I knew eventually I could make money, but I never knew when or how long it would take. So it became a hobby of mine, and I was getting much happier having my channel and having people to connect with and talk to. And so over the whole 2019, I would say our entire life just got better and better. Number one, I got happier having something to do for myself. And then when I started making income on it, and it was enough to help pay a couple bills, it just really helped a lot. And then that was whenever, we had some issues with our taxes, and our taxes came late. So everything kind of lined up perfectly for us to move. And I was still bringing in income as well. And that's whenever we decided that we could actually make it work and move to Florida finally, after all these years of not being able to because of money. I was finally bringing in money to help with bills, and it was going to be possible. So we took a leap of faith, and we moved down, and I would say our lives are much, much better here. Not that I wasn't happy in Georgia, it's just I wasn't where I wanted to be for the rest of my life. I didn't want to be stuck there anymore. I was stuck. And when you move out of state and you don't have enough money to move or to come visit your family when you want, it is so hard. And it is something that will really take a mental toll on you. And I was getting mentally drained. I had nobody. My best friend that I met, that I had gotten to know over the couple years of living in Georgia, she moved away, and that was my breaking point. I just had no one, and I had to start all over again, and it was just hard. So moving down here has been a extreme blessing, and I will always be grateful for moving down here. Of course, we've had our moments and where I was like, oh my gosh, did we make the right decision, especially when we were stuck up at the ranch house and we couldn't find a house. But I do feel like everything led us to get this house, and we are just so happy to be here. So moving on, how do you keep the dog smell out of your house? So this has been a kind of like a common thing recently on my channel. I've noticed that I've gotten a couple like mean comments about it too, and it made me laugh because I feel like people just assume things. I don't know. Anyway, for me personally, for us, our dogs don't really stink. And I'm not just trying to say that just to say it on my channel. I'm being honest with you. They have short hair, and it takes a lot for them to smell bad. They would have to go outside and get like filthy dirty to smell like bad. And I just bathe the dogs when they start to stink. So if I start to smell them, I'll just give them a bath and they're good for weeks. I mean, that's really it. And then I vacuum a lot. I try not to let them get on the furniture. Of course, they jump up here sometimes. They think they're kids. So I have moments where I have to get onto them and tell them to get off the couch, and I just vacuum it. And I take the carpet. Oh, this is one thing I do. So like our rug, since it's not very big and all the dogs lay on that one rug all the time, if I start to kind of get like a whiff of, just stale smelling rug, I'll just take it outside and let it air out in the sun, and the sun will kill a lot of smell. You can just take it outside, sprinkle it with baking soda, and just let the sun bake it, and it will take the smell out. So that's kind of what I do. Moving on, next question is, what made you decide to become a YouTuber? So I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I never expected my channel to grow to this point. I thought, I would have around 5,000 subscribers. I never imagined it would grow the way it has, and I would have a connection with you guys that I do. I always looked at other YouTubers as famous people who I can't relate to or I can't actually talk to because they're not really interested in my life because I'm just on the other side of the screen. You know what I mean? And now that I am a YouTuber myself, I just feel completely opposite. I do genuinely care about you guys. I care about your feelings, and I try my best to reply to as many of you as I possibly can. And I always want you to feel like you can reach out to me and trust me to tell me things. Like, I am a very trusting person. I got your back, and I don't know. I did never imagined in a million years I'd become a YouTuber. Never. But what made it happen was the fact that I watched so many YouTubers that I just couldn't relate to. And I just didn't have the money they had. I didn't have the things that they had. I didn't have a lot of clothes. I don't have a lot of nice shoes, nice purses. Like, I don't have that kind of stuff, and I'm not really into materialistic things like that. So I wanted to be the person that I didn't see on YouTube. And I didn't see people living in small, single-wide mobile homes or thrift store shopping and making their own furniture or making their own decor. I've seen it sometimes, but it was still unrealistic at the budget that they had. So I wanted to be what was missing on YouTube. And that's why I started my channel. And it grew, and you guys enjoy it. And I love that you enjoy it. And I love that y'all feel connected to me, and I do genuinely feel connected to you guys as well. I know it sounds crazy, but there's a lot of you that I talk to personally now, and I'm sure you could tell people in the comments, like, yes, you do talk to me. I do. I do the best I can at replying back to as many people and answer your questions and, be your friend. That's what I'm here for. So next question is, what kind of music do you listen to? I listen to all different types of music. I love every type of music. I love old school, new school. I like rap music. I like country. I like Christian, gospel. I love all music. There's something for everybody in every single style, in my opinion. Next is, do I plan on homeschooling? I don't plan on homeschooling. I actually feel like both of my kids would do much better in a school setting. And I think that is because I have been a stay-at-home mom with them for so long, so they know how to test mommy. They know what they can get away with, and in a way, and I just don't want them, I don't want to be both. if that makes sense. I am here to be their mom, and they pay teachers to be teachers. Not that I can't do it. I would love to be a teacher. I feel like I would be an amazing teacher. I love to teach, but I want my kids to experience school like I did. I loved my teachers in school. I always had a good experience, except for one teacher. We're not going to get into that. She just did not like me because she didn't like my brother. So, yeah, but I don't plan on homeschooling at the moment. Okay, so next question is, if money didn't matter and you could go anywhere or buy anything you want, what would you choose? So first of all, I don't have the urge to travel. I'm not really the type of person who likes to travel at all. I don't want to get on a plane or a train. If I can't drive there, I'm not going. I've said that before, but I mean it. So I would like to buy a lot of property and make sure all of my family had a decent house, something that fit them, not like ridiculous like a mansion or anything like that, but just everyone was able to buy themselves a decent home, have it built, and be mortgage free, debt free completely, give all my family a fresh start, and then be able to help others as well, and start giving back to the community, help the kids who don't have clothes for school, help the families that are struggling to put food on the table, pay people's light bills randomly because I have the money to do it. That is like my dream. If I had enough money and money wasn't a problem, the last thing I would worry about is traveling. I would love to help others and just make sure my family was taken care of. So moving on, when will the island be done? I actually got the island done finally. That video is already up if you missed it, so I will link it below so you can watch it. Next comment, I got a ton of comments like this, so thank you guys for all of y'all leaving the sweet comments. It just said, I can't think of anything to ask. I just wanted to say I love your channel. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I hope you do too. Moving on. Next question is, how did you come up with your kids' names? So Amaya's, I actually dreamed about her name, and Caden, my husband and I went through hundreds of names. Hundreds. Because we could not agree on anything. I was like huge pregnant, and we still could not agree on his name. So our names are hard, especially for boys. I feel like Amaya's name was really easy, but Caden was hard. And also the spelling. The spelling. I don't think I ever even told anybody this story, but okay, so I had his name spelt C-A-D-E-N in the hospital. That's how I was going to spell it, with no Y. And then we went to go fill out the paperwork. Now keep in mind, I am on medication because I had the C-section. And my husband's like, C-A-D-E-N? That's not right. And I was like, yes, it is. And he goes, no, I thought we were putting a Y in it. But we had talked about this, and I had announced the name way before we were even in the hospital. So when he changed it up on me in the hospital, I felt so dumb because all my family thought I was spelling it C-A-D-E-N, and then I just threw a Y in there. Yeah, his name, that's going to be a story for him whenever he gets older. But yeah, it was hard. Next is, what are your goals for your channel? Just to continue to do what I've been doing and post consistently and enjoy it. I love posting videos. I love filming videos. Right now, I am so happy with my channel, where it's at, the content I'm posting. This is what I love, and I'm going to continue to do that. So that's my main goal, is just to be myself. Okay, so what are you looking forward to most whenever the social distancing guidelines are lifted? Just going over to my brother and my sister-in-law's house. Both of them. I have 2 brothers and I have 2 sister-in-laws. And spending time with my nieces. Or my niece and my nephews. I always get that backwards. I have 1 niece. And, well, actually, I do have 2 nieces now. It's crazy! I keep forgetting how many nieces I have because this quarantine stuff has got me crazy. But, yeah. So I have 2 nieces and I have total of 3 nephews, so I can't wait to see them. My niece and my nephew, they still live in Georgia, so the ones that are here, my niece and my nephews. I have 2 I'm done with them. I can't wait to see them. Next is, did you ever do anything with your new bathroom? No, not yet. I plan on doing budget-friendly makeovers just whenever I can shop. It's really hard to do makeovers when you can't thrift store shop because everything online is so expensive. I am doing a bedroom makeover, and I bought pretty much everything I'm going to be doing that makeover that I like bought to do it on Amazon, and it was pretty expensive, to be honest. So when I do post that video, I'm hoping you guys enjoy it. It's not as cheap as I would like to be, because I would usually shop most of my stuff at like thrift stores, but since I can't right now, I still need to get something up, and I still wanted to decorate the room, so I did buy stuff on Amazon. Moving on, we have, what are you going to do, or wait, no, I read that totally wrong. What are you doing differently now with money than you weren't doing back then? Managing our money better and not having so many bills. So when we lived in Georgia, we had multiple like loans. We had our bedroom loan. We had a washer and dryer loan through a like rent-a-center place. We had a lot of expenses that were unnecessary, and we have cut all of those out. So we have no unnecessary bills. The couch we bought, we saved up and bought in cash. We paid off our bedroom set, so that's, you know, and the washer and dryer we ended up returning. So everything that we have now is paid for except for our car that we bought. We still pay on that monthly. Next is, do you have an emergency fund? Yes, we started building that up when we moved into our house. Do you live closer to your family or your husband's family? We live close to both. His mom and his stepdad live here, and his brother and sister, and then his real dad and his stepmom live in Georgia still. And then my family, all of my family lives here. I have no family that lives in Georgia. That's why I wanted to move here so bad, because we would have both here. It's not like he moved down here and he has nobody. He has his brother and his sister and like his mama, like I said. So we both have family here, and it's a happy medium for both of us. Next is, do you plan on going back to work now that your kids are a bit grown up? I will go back to work as soon as both kids are in school full-time. Okay. Next question is, how did I grow my channel? So posting consistently, being myself, and I would say just posting the things that I love, that I genuinely love to film and edit, because I think that it really shows when I am passionate about something and I post a video on it, like for instance the kitchen island or the kitchen table makeover. Anytime I do like DIY videos in any way, they usually get a lot of views, and I think that's because people can really tell that I'm passionate about it, and it's almost like those are the videos that seem to make more views. I don't know why. So just post consistently, post what you love to post, be yourself, and it will happen. It's not something that, there's no secret. There's no secret to growing your channel. It's just being consistent and posting things you love and being yourself. Next is, would your husband ever quit his job if he made enough money? And I kind of like summed this question up because she was saying that she's noticed a lot of YouTubers start making enough money and then their husbands quit their job. So I'm gonna take a drink. First off, I don't judge anybody else's opinions or anybody else's choices when it comes to work or what their husbands do. What they do in their life is them. That is them. I will not sit here and ever judge anybody, but for us personally, that is just not something that would ever work for us. First off, my husband is a working man. He likes to work. He loves his job. He is a residential electrician, and he has loved his job since he started his job. He's been doing it for 8 years, and he would never quit his job even if I made enough money. We would just save the extra money if we didn't need it. So, but no, he would never quit his job. Next is, has anyone ever recognized you out in public? No, not yet. I'm really nervous for the day that it happens. I actually have met someone on YouTube, and we plan on meeting, so that's going to be fun. But she's like my friend, like a good friend now, so I am not nervous about meeting her. I'm more nervous about meeting people out in public and not knowing what to say, because I feel like I'm going to be like so awkward, but I'm going to try to just be me. And I'm goofy, I'm like giggly, and I say like the most random things, so hope you guys can handle me when you do finally meet me. Next is, do you feel like you're constantly trying to keep up with bigger channels? No, not at all. I don't try to keep up with other channels because what they are doing and where they are at is not where I'm at. And there's just a line between us, because not that I love big channels. I really enjoy some big channels. I watch them all the time. I watch Casey Holmes. I watch Megan Lee. Her channel, like her beauty channel, is Chiovel XO. I have been watching her since I can remember, like a long time. And I love KK Baby J. Love Meg is one of my favorite cleaning channels. But all of them are in a different, they're all different lifestyles than mine. I am not where they are, and I probably never will be, and I am completely fine with that. I don't have a materialistic mentality. I don't care about shoes. I don't care about fashion like that. Like, of course, I have my days where I want to look cute and I want to wear cute clothes, but I don't feel like I have to keep up with fashion trends or keep up with other channels to be successful. I can just be myself, and I'm doing just fine. I'm happy where I'm at. And anybody should be. I don't want anyone to ever watch my channel and to be like, I can't relate to her, or I can't keep up with her. You should never feel like that watching anybody. If you ever feel that way, you should stop watching that person, because where you are in life is exactly where you're supposed to be, and you should never feel less than just because someone has something different than you. So just be happy where you're at. Even if someone has more than you, just be proud of where you are, because you're doing amazing, and this is where you're supposed to be. Next is, what does your husband do for work? I think I just mentioned that, but he is a residential electrician. And do you have any spring cleaning projects or plans in the near future? The biggest plans right now are just fixing up the house. I really want to work on the outside of the house, like plant some stuff, get, like the landscape done. But that all just costs money, and it just takes time for us to save up. Right now, our main priority is saving up for our emergency fund, and there's obviously projects y'all will see in between, but we are trying to manage our money as best as we possibly can, especially right now in these uncertain times. But yeah, I have plenty of projects planned. We just got to make sure that everything is taken care of before we spend money on those projects. That's why sometimes I'll mention like, oh, I want to do this, and then it takes me a couple months to get it done. That's just because we're saving up money to do it. And as far as the cleaning goes, I will do a cleaning video soon. So keep an eye out for that, hopefully next week. Let's see, how are you coping with the coronavirus? I am just doing the best I can. I am trying not to watch a lot of news or read a ton of articles on it, because it just stresses me out, and I have health anxiety that gets pretty bad if I look into too much stuff. So right now it's best for me just to be aware of what is happening, but just not to know all the details, and I just stay home because I'm not really sure what our county or state, like what is going on right now, because I choose not to pay attention to it. I am staying home because that's what everybody's doing, and I will continue to stay home until I know it's safe to go out in public. Let's see. Next is, how do you get your husband to get on the same page as far as budgeting and bills? So this was something that took time for both of us. We have not always been good at budgeting or good at paying all of our bills. We have struggled very, very hard in the past. I was very open with that when I started my channel at the beginning, sharing budgeting tips and sharing how, our $100 grocery budget, which we still have a tight grocery budget. We still have to make ends meet we don't just have enough money to just spend our money however we want. We have to budget our money in order to make ends meet still. And I will hopefully always continue to be that way, because it will just set us up better financially in the long run. So as far as him getting on the same page as me, he's always kind of been on the same page. I've never had to force him or anything like that, but over the past 2 years, I have managed all of our money. I pay all the bills. That is my job. My job as a stay-at-home mom is to make sure every bill is paid on time, and to take care of the food costs. I make money on my YouTube channel now, so I try my best to help in with any bills I can. And some months my check is not much at all. And then there's some months where my check is decent enough, but we have to save most of it because I don't have taxes taken out. So I have to save that on my own. And, you know, as far as like budgeting and bills go, honestly, you can't force anybody to do anything. You have to encourage them to want to be involved, or it's just going to set you up for failure in the end. Don't try to force your husband or your boyfriend or whoever it is, your wife, to do what you want to do. Just encourage them to do better, and hopefully their mindset will start to change. I love watching budgeting channels. I started to do that, and I would just, my husband would ask me like, what are you watching? And I would say, oh, this couple just did this, and you know, I don't agree with that, and just kind of talk in a casual way about bills and what you both agree on and what you don't, and just kind of find a happy medium. I know I went way off subject with that. Sorry. But luckily we've always kind of been on the same page. And let's see. Mindy asked, do you ever miss the mobile home in Georgia? Yes, I do. I miss that house a lot. I don't miss being scared in storms because we had a lot of tornado warnings where we lived in Georgia, and you guys talk about terrified. When you have kids, doesn't matter how many kids you have, when you have children or animals and things that you love, and you have a tornado warning in a mobile home, or any home for that matter, especially a mobile home that can blow away, it is terrifying. And I do miss the mobile home, like the way it was decorated, the memories, but I'm much happier here. And even if we lived in a mobile home here, or if we lived in a stick-built house or block home, it doesn't matter what we lived in. I'm happier here, but I do miss that home and the memories of it. Let's see. Next question is, oh, I think that was it. Is that everything? I think that's it. Yeah, that's all of the questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got to know me a little bit better. I know it was just really random questions, but I really enjoyed the questions this time. So thank you to anyone who sent in a question or a sweet comment. It does mean a lot to me. And if I missed your question for any reason, please leave it in the comments below and I will just reply back to you as quickly as I possibly can. I will try to get back to everybody. And yeah, we'll just make this entire YouTube video and the comments all about getting to know me. So, and also about getting to know you guys as well. So if you have anything you want to tell me, you know, tell me if you're new, tell me what your spirit animal is, tell me your favorite color if you want. I really just love getting to know you guys and talking to you in the comments. So thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.